Hey, what's going on everyone, and welcome to my video. Today, we're going to be taking a closer look at the pros and cons of the DJI stock blade versus the Master Airscrew blade. This one's considered an upgrade, but today we're going to take a closer look at some of the differences and reasons why you might want to make this change. Whether you're just a hobbyist and you fly for fun, or you're a professional cinematographer, having the right blades for your drone could make a huge difference, and we're going to just go over a few of those reasons. One of the most noticeable to me and from my experience has been overall durability. The DJI blades are made from plastic, and the Master Airscrew ones are made from a carbon composite of some sorts. Essentially, they claim that they're much stronger. From my experience, the DJI ones do take quite a bit of wear and tear from just regular flying. My blades are pretty tore up just from debris in the air, let alone when you have an accident or you hit a twig or something. This is actually probably my third or fourth set of DJI blades, so I will definitely see if they're stronger. Last week, I did accidentally smack my drone full speed into a sand dune at Glamis in California.
I crashed at the top. Oh, shut up. Yeah, I crashed at the top.
I literally picked the drone up, dusted it off, and flew it again. Not one thing was broken. It literally still has sand coming out of it. It flies great. The blades didn't crack. It was completely upside down, and I'm fairly confident that a DJI blade probably would have at least cracked. When it comes to cost, a set of DJI blades is about $20. A set of Master Airscrew blades will run you about $35. I got mine on Amazon because I like that sweet prime. It came with a soft case, which is a nice touch, but maybe a hard case would be better for actually protecting the blades, because I am going to start taking them off of the drone for storage, because I began to realize that I was actually getting a lot of damage just from putting them in the bag kind of sloppy. Another nice thing I like is you do have the white lines on these blades, so if you have the Mavic 2 like I do, you cannot put these on wrong. As you all know, not every DJI drone has that feature, but this one does. The other claims is flight performance. You supposedly get a longer battery life with these blades, a little bit more power, and the thing that interests me most is noise reduction. I did go for the stealth. So they have endurance, and endurance you're supposed to get, I believe, 10% or 5 minutes more battery life, but they're noisier, versus the stealth ones, which they still claim gives you more battery life, but they're not as noisy. And just to let you know where I'm coming from, when you have 3 batteries and you kind of know what you're going to be doing, more often than not, I'm landing the drone before all 3 of my batteries are depleted. I mean, that's a long time. That's almost like an hour and a half of flying. So with that being said, I'd rather have the stealth, because you don't get any of the shots you don't take. So when you're that's why I got the zoom, so I could zoom in from far away. So when I'm trying to get wildlife or even people without them noticing to keep it candid, being stealth completely adds to that. So for that reason alone, I am very excited to try these blades. So these ones won my heart in durability, and the next most important thing is sound, and then finally performance, which we're going to test in the real world. So in order to just get an idea of what the general sound difference is, I'm going to run a decibel meter on my watch and just hover the drone at the same height, and we'll see what the difference is. So these are brand new Master Airscrew blades versus some pretty beat up used DJI Mavic blades. All of the tips are broken. They have quite a bit of wear and tear on them. And the only thing I will tell you about these Master Airscrew blades is, for as good as they're supposed to be and as much of an upgrade as they're supposed to be, it looks like it needs to be sanded. I mean, on all the thin parts of the plastic, there's some little frills, and I'm kind of curious as to how much that would affect flight performance. And Is that something that I should sand off? What did you guys do? What would you recommend? Let me know below. But let's go ahead and get to this flight test here and see what the noise difference is. Gonna bump this back a little for takeoff. Alright, so first I'm just gonna get it up in the air. I'm gonna hover it, right about here. We're gonna check the decibel level, land it, switch blades, and we'll go from there. Please don't chop my face. Alright, so we'll put it down on the down flat. That was a little bit terrifying. Rated eye level, and especially like the drone's either taken off or landed. It doesn't really have a good low height range. Okay, so we saw our decibel reading on that. Not bad. It sounded pretty quiet compared to what I'm even normally used to. I'm curious to see if I'll notice a difference just right off the bat. So I blew all my other blades completely off the desk. One of my favorite features about this drone is how quickly you can change the blades and the fact that you can't mess it up. I have completely put the blades on wrong the Mavic Air 2 before, and it's hilarious. It just sticks to the ground. Okay, same test, stock blades. Well, I almost got my freaking face chopped off. That was terrifying. The first time I took off, it was kind of stuck in that takeoff mode where, like, even though the controller was toggled to sport, it wasn't really in sport mode because you just took off, so the sticks don't really do much. And then I landed and changed the props and took off again. Somehow that made it go into full-on sport mode, and that's why you guys just about witnessed me chopping my face off. That would have sucked. Also, the decibels look pretty much the same to me. I'm not noticing any difference in anything, not gonna lie. So, I don't know. The Stealth Master Airscrews first impressions sound pretty much the same as the stock DJI Propellers. So I'm curious, will I notice a difference in performance? Like, the battery life, I don't really expect to see a huge difference in, because if it's only a minute or two, that's going to depend more on like your flying habits, the wind. I would have to just fly it inside to measure it. And I mean, like I said, frankly, I don't really care about the battery life because it's just not about that. Overall, for me, it's more about I care about the performance, but really like the sound. I'm doing a lot of slow cinematic shots, and the quieter this bad boy could be, the better. So my first indoors initial test, a little disappointing, but I think we should probably get out there and fly it and see if we notice any differences. And also the other thing that I'm kind of looking forward to is, I think the orange blades will definitely help spot it in the sky better. Just visibility. There's definitely moments where the drone will be shockingly close to you and you don't really see it till you see it, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I'm terrified from almost chopping my face off, but let's go test this somewhere cool.
Say, feel that bass. We gon' shake up this place. Say, pick up that bass. Yeah, we got no time to waste. Everybody say, feel that bass. We gon' shake up this place. Pick up that bass. We got no time to waste. Say, dreams to chase. We ain't losing this race. Say, we got faith. We know what it's gonna take. Ain't nobody gotta do for me what I do when I do it so beautifully. All I gotta stay is true to me. Yeah, stay winning is a mood to me. Hey, ain't nobody gotta do for me. Yep, what I do when I do it so beautifully. All I gotta stay is true to me. Say what, stay winning is a mood to me. Hey, I said. Shake up this place. Say, pick up that bass. We got no time to waste. That bass. We gon' shake up this place. Pick up that bass. We got no time to waste. Ain't nobody gotta do for me what I do when I do it so beautifully. All I gotta stay is true to me. Yep, stay winning is a mood to me. Hey, ain't nobody gotta do for me. Yep, what I do when I do it so beautifully. All I gotta stay is true to me. Yep, stay winning is a mood to me. Hey, I said feel that bass.
So in conclusion, there are many things and factors to consider. A few things that I realized is I think I do like the sound of the Master Airscrews, even though they didn't really prove to be quieter in our decibel test. When I was outside, I did notice a slightly different sound, and I liked it a little bit more. It seemed slightly less noticeable. I wouldn't really necessarily say quieter. The orange is nice. I would say it contrasts about evenly with the black against the sky, though. As far as visibility, I don't think it really increased visibility. It actually gave me the idea that maybe it would be kind of cool if you used blue blades if you were trying to be even more stealth. I didn't really notice a difference in the way that the drone flew or really anything too noticeable in the department of flight characteristics. And in my mind, for the Master Airscrew to be worth it, it needs to be twice as good as the stock DJI blades, or noticeably better, night and day, to make me actually want to switch. So another thing I noticed is it seems like Master Airscrew has better technology. Like, this is glossy and the DJI ones are very matte, so that makes me think that the Master Airscrew ones probably do better with wind resistance. They probably cut through the air better. Maybe they spent more time figuring out the right pitch and all that. But remember, DJI is an absolute premium brand and they don't really skimp on anything. And I don't think there's really any difference with their blades. And the thing that really was a deal breaker for me, and this was also a deal breaker with the triple blade, if any of you watched that review, is it boils down to quality. I do not think that the quality of this Master Airscrew blade compares to the DJI blade. The DJI blade feels heavier in the hand, and to me, that doesn't say less performance. It feels nicer. It feels more durable. But the biggest difference to me is the way that the blade is attached. And this is something that came up on our triple blade review as well, because the way that the blade is attached on the Master Airscrews is some type of screw. There's a little hex on the back. But the way that they attach the blades on the DJI is with rivets. I haven't even flown this drone much. I did crash it into a drone, but there's no way that I could have known that this screw from just a few flights is backing out. This blade is actually loose. There's a gap in there, and I didn't notice that these screws are loose on this one. That absolutely means in my mind that this would eventually come out, my drone would throw a blade, and it would crash. And for what? Maybe quieter, maybe a little bit of performance. For me, guys, it's just not worth it. It's not worth it. You could hit someone with your drone. I mean, you'll lose your drone. There's so many things, but the main reason I've always stuck to DJI is just for that reliability. I've been looking for new blades. I wanted these to be the ones, but honestly, just because of that, I won't even use these. I don't want to have that in my mind at all. I don't want to have to tighten these and check them all the time. I did this review and I'm going to leave these at home. Honestly, I'll just give them away. I have a pair of Mavic 2 blades, and I also have a pair of Mavic 2 Air blades. They're actually right behind me. So, if you guys like these blades, I don't really like them, but I will go ahead and mail them to you. So go ahead and drop a comment with the name of the drone that you fly, and I will go ahead and do a drawing out of all the people that submit, and you can get yourself a pair. Sorry, that might be kind of blown out, but these are for the Air 2 and these are for the Mavic 2. I'm going to give them away. Don't really recommend you use them, but if you're out there and you're watching this and you already like Master Airscrew and you're cool with, the way they're attached, they're good blades. And I will put this out there, there's many blades that attach like that. There's nothing wrong with that. And I'm not even hating on the brand. I think that the blades that they make are probably really big upgrades for a lot of drones out there, just maybe not DJI, in my opinion. If I'm gonna deal with the screw being on there, I need to be getting like 20% more battery life and going 10 miles an hour faster. It needs to be some serious stuff. So like I said, drop a comment with the drone that you fly if you want to try and win one of these. And today it is February, so how about at the end of February I will go ahead and pick a winner and announce it on my channel. So thank you all so much for watching. I didn't expect this outcome. I kind of expected that I would be switching to these Let me know what you all think below. Is there anything I just totally didn't consider? Am I wrong? Am I right? Let me know what you guys think. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time, peace.